Let's go. We're live, baby. Let's go. Live on both platforms. That's what we love to see. Boys, if you're just joining, drop your stats in the chat. Drop down where you want to be. Your body fat and your goal body fat. Boom. Damn it, that's harder than I thought. Alrighty. Let's see here. Oh, docs. If I go to... Oh. Oh, wait a minute. No. Okay. That's not what I wanted to do. Never mind. I'm gonna have to figure that out later. But if you're just joining the chat, drop down your stats. Drop down where you want to be. Yo, what's going on, Coke? Coca High. 15% guy is less. You think he's less than 15%? I don't know about that. I don't know about that. You're eating 2,150 calories, losing 1.5 kg a week. How much should I up the cows? Oh, you're losing too much weight. Damn. Damn, that's a nice problem to have. How long did it take you? It took me 5 months. So not too bad. You're at 40% right now. Okay, Raven's Flock, where do you want to get to? Kokale, let's see. Let's see. 1.5 kg, how much is that? So that's about 3 pounds. Yeah, that's aggressive. You really shouldn't be doing that if you're like skinny fat. Only if you were like really overweight, that can make sense. But if, how much should you up them? What's your weight and height? I mean, I would probably just increase it just by 200. That's normally the best way to go. Take smaller jumps instead of just drastically changing calories. Let's see. You're joking, you ain't that big? Hey man, you never know. You never know. You're at 20? Okay, clutch, where are you trying to get to? What are you actually at, Raven? What are you actually at then? 5 months, what's the starting weight and what's the goal weight? For me right here, I was 200 pounds and then I got to 170. So I lost 30 pounds in 5 months. It was pretty aggressive, but we made it happen. Got rid of the belly fat. I did what I had to do. 5'10", 165, should I bulk or cut? Depends what body fat you are. If you're like over 20%, definitely cut. But I don't know what you look like. If you want, feel free to shoot me down on Instagram. Send me a picture of your physique. I'll take a look at it, and I could give you a physique evaluation. What's going on, Ghostin? If I'm 14, 5'10" at 50 kg, what should I do if my body fat is 6? Your body fat is probably not 6.9. That's insane. That isn't crazy. But if you're a lean guy, I would just bulk up, eating calorie surplus. 20%. You're 5'10". Oh, you're 20% right now. Then I would cut down. Cut down to 15%, like this guy. That's when you start looking good. That's when you start, your abs are just popping out. And then once you get around 15%, then lean bulk. Lean bulk, or just kind of main gain, you'll look insane. Eric, what's your goal right now? What are you trying to get to? But yeah, you could absolutely like transform your physique like in months. Right. Like here, I'll show you guys how long it takes. If you like for me, if I'm 188, like say 16% body fat and I'm trying to get to 12, boom, then it would only take me um 16 weeks. Yeah, like 16 weeks or so to get to that 12%. But you gotta have a clear goal. 175. Any tips? 5'7". Calorie deficit. Ghostin, have you tracked your calories before? That's what I would say is probably the best bet. Tracking calories is ideal. Okay. Yo, Brandon, I'm at 16. Went from 70 to 50, and now you're at 55 kg, and you're 20%. That's not bad. Are you weightlifting? Because if you did that while weightlifting, you probably built a lot of muscle, and you probably just want to cut down now. Appreciate the follow, John. How many clients I got? I got about 9 right now. But we're growing, we're scaling up. If you're interested, check out the application in my bio. But apply only if you're serious and if you're like really, really serious about achieving your goals. If you're a good fit. We can hop on a call, discuss what would look best for you. But that really depends. NPC, what are you focused on? I was weightlifting for 4 years now, almost perfect. You could get absolutely huge. 4'6". You're 46, you're 5'9", you're 270, trying to drop to 200, 190, but I'm lifting weights and the weight slow down. Wait, so are you saying you dropped from 270 to... Are you saying you lost 70 pounds? That's crazy. But it's slowing down, makes sense. Yeah, so when you get stuck in a plateau, there's a couple things you could do. You could either drop calories down lower, or increase your activity, or give yourself a diet break, a refeed. Basically reset your metabolism so you can start dropping weight with more food again. That is sometimes what you need if you've been cutting for a long time. But most people probably just need to drop down their calories lower, honestly. 1861 205, is that good? That's pretty. That's if you're lean, that's really impressive. Like being 200 pounds lean is crazy. You haven't been live in a long time. I've been on vacation. I was for the past week. I was just in San Diego, right, getting some content in San Diego. So I have not been live, but we're back at it. Of course, just got back yesterday. Going hard, right? Now I gotta log back in. I didn't gain the good thing is though, I didn't gain any weight on my trip. I didn't lose weight, but I didn't gain weight. So I'll take it. Because in the past, I've been on trips, been to Hawaii, where I've gained like 20 pounds in a week after cutting. Uh, and yeah, that's what happens when you cut your calories too low. I mean, yeah, I would say I cut a little too low. And the biggest thing though, after a cut, you really have to make sure you do a reverse dieting phase. The biggest thing where people go wrong is they gain all the weight back right after the cut. They transition to a bulk, and then they blow up, right? But if you do a reverse diet and then a lean bulk, whew, you can stay lean. So after the bodybuilding show I did, that's what I did, reverse dieting. I slowly bumped up calories, and it really helped me stay lean. What's up? What's up, Chago? Chago, are you on a cut or bulk right now? Wait, how do I move this? Is reverse dieting low-key adding calories every week until your maintenance? Yep, that's basically it. Yeah, you basically add just like 1 to 200 calories each week. Still weight training. Maybe you're dropping your cardio down, but for the most part, you're really keeping your cardio the same. Um, and just trying to get back to your maintenance. Just really trying to boost your metabolism, pack on some muscle while staying lean. And the thing is, you can actually get leaner in a reverse diet. People don't realize that. People think, oh, I'm done with my cut. I'm not going to get any leaner now. No, 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 no. If you do the reverse diet, you can slowly increase your calories and still get leaner. That's the crazy thing about it. I eat 2 meals a day, 1 p.m., 6 p.m. That's it. And you work out 6 days a week. For cutting, is that the move? I would, if that is the schedule, that works best for you, then it's absolutely the move. But it's not necessary, right? You could have 4 meals a day and cut. So it really depends on just what you like best. 2 meals a day. If those 2 meals are big, like, when I was traveling, we were having like 1 meal eating out, and then we were having like a really small breakfast, and that was it. So, because we were really trying to eat good food, so that's one thing you can do for sure. If you want to have a bigger cheat meal or something like that, then 2 meals a day could be ideal. What is the difference between micro rise creatine and normal? I've never heard of that. I'm gonna be honest. All I've heard of is just like monohydrate creatine, and the other one is like hydrolyzed. But what you want is monohydrate. I haven't hit. I've hit a mad plateau and don't know what to do. Okay. Uh, Cade, how many calories are you at, and how many times a week are you weightlifting? Does it does when you eat matter if you're in a deficit? Absolutely. I mean, not exactly. The main if we're talking about like losing fat, all you got to do, is just stay in that calorie deficit. But if you want a better workouts, I personally think that it makes a massive difference when you eat before and after a workout. Like when I don't eat anything before weightlifting, I feel weak, I feel tired, do not feel good. So there are people that do fasted workouts. Me personally, and like according to the studies as well, like if you have carbs, and protein after, there is going to be a slight benefit there, um, with muscle recovery and replenishing your glycogen. So ideally, you do want to eat before and after. You want to be timing that. You know, if you're having a little snack, that could be like 30 an hour before. But if you're having a big meal, probably want to have it like 2 hours before workout. After after they say have like protein carbs like immediately, like within an hour, if you're trying to be super optimal. But that's not like the most important thing. The most important thing I would say is pre-workout. Eat some mostly carbs an hour or two before the gym. Yep, that's facts. Like if you do that, you have like something like a banana, maybe a Rice Krispie, you're gonna have a really good workout. That's my go-to. Banana, Rice Krispie, maybe just a banana and protein bar, or yeah, something like that. Quick little snack, go-to before cutting. And then I would say what's even more important, your last meal before bed. If you're going to bed hungry, I think it's pretty hard. I think you to get good sleep. I think if you have a whole bunch of carbs before bed, like a good amount of carbs before bed, you're gonna get better sleep as well. That's been shown as well. You'll get deeper sleep if you have more carbs before bed. So that's a go-to. Recently, I've been trying to have some honey, just straight honey and Greek yogurt before bed. That's a good late night snack for sure. Who else is trying to get started here? And then, like, if you guys want this full guide where I break down the best meals to have, like the best fast food eating out guides as well, DM me on Instagram and I'll just send it over. I try to eat lean for dinner, but differs. That is, yeah. I mean, wh- you can just switch it up all the time, really. As long as you're hitting your protein goals and your macros, you can switch it up. I personally like to do the same thing, but after every month or so, that's when I kind of get bored of the same meals, and then I try and switch it up. But you wait, what? Oh, you eat protein before dinner? Wait, then what is your dinner? I work on the farm. I want to hit the gym. Should I take creatine because I'm exhausted after work? So creatine won't really help you. Creatine will help you build more muscle in the gym, but it's not going to give you more energy. What you probably need is caffeine. But if you take caffeine too late in the day, it can mess with your sleep. So I would say for energy, I would just go with some carbs, like what I was saying. Like for energy, you have a banana and a Rice Krispie, and really try and push yourself in the workout after the farm, and then you should do pretty good right that. Like pre-workout, it can be nice. Some people like it, but it's also not really necessary. I'm hungry as fuck right now, bro. What you think? Uh, what is? Are you on a cut right now? If you're on the cut, you know what I do when I get hungry? Diet soda. Diet soda. Literally, just drink a diet soda, and you'll be good. You can thug it out. Now, if you're actually hungry and you haven't eaten much, you should probably just actually just eat a meal, and high protein, high fiber, some carbs in the meal. That's probably what you want to do. But if you're really low on calories, thug it out and go with that diet soda. I was adding on to what I was saying, 178 grams of protein before dinner. Okay, got you. Then yeah, that's solid. That's perfect. Sounds like you're getting the right amount of protein and stuff like that. So then, Kate, how many calories do you do total in a day? Because I'm curious to see what your calories are at. If they're still relatively high, you could decrease them, but you don't want to cut your calories too low. You try and stay under. Okay, that's pretty low. That's pretty low. Well, how tall are you? How tall are you and what's your weight? What website do you use? TDE calculator. I'm gonna pull it up right now. Bro, haven't seen you in a minute. Hey, what's going on, Brent? Yeah, I've been this past week I was in San Diego, but we back. Had a great time. Now we're locking in, of course. You're 5'8", 185. Let's go. Let's see here. All right, so 5'8", 185. Yeah, you're going extreme here. So I would say try and bump your calories up. Honestly, how long have you been cutting for, Kate? Because if you've been cutting for a while and your plateau, you're already below, this number here. I don't think it really makes sense to go that much lower. You would probably sacrifice some muscle. So if you want to keep more muscle, add in um, add in a diet break. Eat this amount. Eat the 1 pound a week. What you could do is you could go back to your maintenance calories for about a week, and then cut down again, and then get absolutely shredded. You're at 220. What are you at now? You drink like a fish in the weekends. Oh, so are you drinking those diet sodas? 5'8", 152. Cade or Ryan, are you still trying to? Are you mainly focusing on getting shredded and just getting leaner? Because, yeah, I would go with this number here, 2100. 2100. You're weightlifting every day. Perfect. Are you tracking calories right now? And here's the thing. It's not necessary to really track calories every day, but you do need to do it once, and I would do it if you go out to eat. Um, but like if you eat the same things every day, you can just save a meal on MyFitnessPal. You're good. You're good. You're chilling. But I will say, like, tracking calories, hands down, best way to lose weight. Like, we all know this. Well, if you've been estimating and you're stuck, then track your calories, and I promise you'll probably make some more progress. But because then you can see if you're overeating or undereating. Because sometimes what people do is they'll eat clean throughout the week, but then when it comes to the weekends, they go crazy. Friday night comes, hitting like 20 beers, maybe some pizza, and you're cooked, and you just ruined your whole calorie deficit, right? So it can happen just like that. You know, you can ruin your calorie deficit pretty quickly if you're not careful with everything. And but if you're estimating and you're completely chilling, you mainly stick with whole foods. It's not an issue for you, then do it. Keep doing what you're doing. But it seems like you're stuck in a plateau, and then I would, if since you are, I would lock in. You know, lock in with 2,100 calories. See if that makes a difference. If it doesn't, you know, adjust them or adjust your training schedule, and you'll make absolutely more progress. Never thought to go back up after a week, then go back down. Yeah, Cade, 100%. That's what they say. They say doing a diet break, especially if it's been over 3 months, can really help boost your metabolism. Um, so I would definitely try that out. And Cade, not only do the calories matter, of course, but you know the food quality does too, right? So if you're interested, hit me up on Instagram, and I can send you the full nutrition guide, explaining the best foods to get leaner. Because you want to have micronutrient dense foods, but you still want to be able to go out, you know, enjoy the food, but you gotta have that balance. Clark Kent? Are you saying I look like Clark Kent? Are you saying I'm a cooked version of Clark Kent? That's crazy, bro. I'll take it. I'll take that compliment. If I'm a chopped Clark Kent, that must mean I'm pretty valid. All right, 6'5", 220, 21 years old. Bet. Jesus, what are you trying to get to? 6'5", 220. Boom. Yeah, so if I were you and you're trying to get leaner, I would go for 2,600 calories. 2,600 calories is ideal. Probably. But you know, this thing doesn't know you. It doesn't know your body type. It doesn't know how active you are. It's just only guessing. And if, you know, so that's why you guys got to make adjustments. I say step on the scale every single day. Look at your weight at the end of the week. Has it moved in the direction you're wanting it to move? If it hasn't, make a change. W compliment. Let's go. 6'2", 17, 163. You went on a little cut August. Okay, let's go. You're doing the lean bulk. How many calories are you at right now? I bet that feels nice, man. Lean bulk definitely feels nice. And I would say that's where you should spend most of your time. Typically, especially as a teenager, you gotta build your foundation. Once you get lean, you want to spend most of your time in a lean bulk. You want to spend most of your time. You know, your testosterone is going to be higher. You're just going to be able to pack on more muscle in that lean bulk. But let's see here. So if you're 6'2", 163, you need to be doing about 2,900 calories to gain weight. You're doing 2,200? Damn. Well, if you're not gaining weight, I would go back to here. Go to your maintenance, 2,600. Could cutting stunt growth? I don't think so. I cut when I was 18 and things like that. I mean, depends how hard you cut. Potentially. You know, I'm not sure about that one. Can cutting, I'm sure it can a little bit. Unless when you're in puberty. Yeah, and when you're an adult, it wouldn't make sense. That is interesting. Don't want to be starving yourself if you're a teen. Can you do 5'9", 188, 5'6", 6 days a week in the gym? You want to maintain? Absolutely. Really, you want to maintain? Why not? Why not cut down and get leaner? Because here's the thing: you can build muscle and lose body fat at the same time when you cut. Especially if you're in your newbie gains, you're training hard, you're getting stronger. But to maintain your weight, you'd be around 2,700. Just 2,900. Abdi, what are you talking about? Just 2,900. 2,900 about what? Because 2,900 for somebody will be different than you. Everybody needs different calories for, if everybody's different weights and heights. I mean, unless you're the same weight and height as somebody else, then you would need their calories the same amount. But depending on your weight and height, you probably need a different, and your goals as well. If you're bulking, it's all gonna be different. Uh, but yeah, AJ, why not cut down? Want to maintain? I mean, actually, if you're massive, like if you're already lean and jacked, then yeah, it makes sense to maintain. Low key. Like, it says Abdi in your username. Huh. I just clicked on it. 190, 20 years old, 5'10", you need to cut to 170. Okay. Let's see. Boom. Alright, so if you cut down to about 24, I would start with more. I would start with 2,400, see how that feels. And if you do that, maybe if you're not losing weight, go down to 2,200. But that amount right there should you have you dropping, the perfect amount of body fat. And if you're weight training, you're gonna get really lean. Caesar, are you weight training right now? You're struggling to hit 3K a day. You're struggling to hit 3K calories. 3K calories is easy, man. Easy, easy, easy. But if you're only eating one time a day, yeah, I can see that's tough. Hey, I'm doing good, Zian. What's up, Theo? Just got back from San Diego. It was 5 days there. Now we're back locking in. But I didn't gain any weight. I just maintained over the trip. Now we're back, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Bro, I'm only 125. Now I'm hitting around 2,500. Then you don't need it. You don't even need probably 3K calories to gain weight. You probably just need 2,500 and you'll be chilling. But let's see. Does age change a thing on the? I don't think so. I don't think the age really matters too much. 150, 6 foot, 22 male, trying to bulk. You got the gym 6 days a week, and you walk 6 to 8K steps. Let's go. Okay. 6'2", 150. Let's see. Yeah, about 2,300 calories. Wait, hold on. What are you trying to? Oh, you're trying to bulk. Okay, that makes more sense. Yeah, I was about to say. Why does it say? Why does it say your maintenance is just? I guess because you're 150. Yeah, I definitely think you're gonna need about 2,700 calories or so. Still walking. You're 155, 160. Still lean. Love to see it, bro. Love to see it. So are you just kind of maintaining where you're at? That's honestly the best way to go. Like, there's no need to really bulk super hard. You could maybe do a lean bulk, but it wouldn't make sense to go crazy. Theo, how many calories are you at now? Did you increase your calories? you're 40. You do 4 exercise. You're 5'9", 202, and you want more help. Okay, Mr. Cruz. Mr. Cruz, at 5'9", 202. Let's see how many calories you need, because this is the most important thing. You the nutrition, right? You can't out train a bad diet. People were telling me, "Oh, I'm gonna wait to weight train," or they were saying, "I need to be consistent to start my diet," or like they're saying, "I need to weight train enough to like." No, you can just start your diet. You can just start eating clean immediately, or figuring out how many calories you need, and then you can see more progress immediately, and then, do weightlifting when you have the time. But it really only takes 3 to 5 times a week. Probably average around 2,700. Wow. But okay, but you're having 15K steps. Makes sense. Is that the way to get shredded? Is bouldering? Is rock climbing the way to stay lean? The ultimate way to go is just do the cardio you enjoy. But Mr. Cruz, was that helpful for you? If you stick with 2,200, 2,300 calories, you should get leaner, right? But not only do calories matter, the your body fat and the nutrition matters, right? So if any of you want a nutrition guide, DM me on Instagram. I can send over the best foods to eat, best fast foods to eat while eating out, and the best foods that are gonna help you build muscle, lose weight. Trying to gain weight, lose fat, 5'9" and 139. What do? At 5'9", 139. So it sounds like you want to be in a slight deficit. So that would probably be 2,100 calories. Boom, 2,100 calories. You got Discord open? Yeah, I got Discord open. You want to join the live? That'd be funny. 18, 155, 6 feet, 10K steps, 4K weekly gym. What's the goal, Lewis? Bet. I'm down. I'll react to it. I gotta make sure I don't leak anything, but I'll react to it. But let's see. Lewis, what is your goal? What are you trying to do? Are you trying to build muscle or get leaner? Kiwis? Oh, kiwis are valid. Yeah, kiwis are like one of the best fruits. Oh, no. Let's see here, though. At 18, 155. How tall did you say? 6 feet? Boom. If you want to maintain your weight, that's about like 2,500 calories. What weight do I gotta be to maximize your gooning potential? Oh my goodness, bro. You gotta go outside. Now you gotta lock in and get absolutely shredded. Here's the thing, guys. If you want to stop your gooning addiction, if you get shredded, your sex drive is going to go down. And then you won't be having a gooning addiction anymore. So really, Alejandro, you probably want to cut like 30 pounds. You cut 30 pounds, you won't have a gooning addiction anymore. That's the way to go, boys. Let's go. Nah, but having low tests is kind of ass. So don't do that. I eat 1,000 calories a day and I can't lose weight. What? 1,000 calories is too low. Way too low. You're not gonna be able to build any muscle. You're gonna be cooking your metabolism because your body will adapt to that amount. All right, let's see here. All right, I think this is pretty valid. Let's see. If I show this stream, window capture, hold on. What if I just did, what if I just, oh, here we go. No. Oh yeah, that works. All right, bet. Can you guys see it? What are the results here? So this is what happens when you join the Top Shape program. You get absolutely shredded. 140. Where does it say your body fat? Calories. Oh, what? It tells you your calories? What scan did you do? Oh, it tells you your basal metabolic rate. Body composition. Hmm. Where is it? Lean mass, 7.8. Fat mass. What the hell? You're 8.7%? That's insane. That's insane. What test did you do? Volt 360 body scan. Never heard of that. 8.7 is crazy. I don't know if you're 8.7. That seems hard. That seems really hard to be at. If it was to like a DEXA scan, that would be accurate. But I'm not sure about these. Most of these probably aren't accurate, but still, that's pretty impressive. And it's like it's the overall trend that matters the most when you're tracking stuff like that. Even DEXA scans are off. I thought DEXA scans were the most accurate way. 1214, yeah. Still, 1214, pretty solid. Nah, it's crazy how off those scans can really be, though. They're fooling everybody. Is 1200 calories a day bad? Yeah, 1200 calories a day is just way too low, unless you're a midget. But if you're a like pretty tall guy, there's no way you should be doing 1200 calories. You're just gonna ruin your metabolism and you're gonna lose your muscle mass. So Anthony, I would highly recommend increasing it. Told me you gotta eat 300, 3,500 calories a day. Goddamn. Yeah, maybe if you're bulking, but that's ridiculous. And if any of you guys want this sheet as well, and you want to calculate your body fat, find out exactly how long it's gonna take to get to your goal, DM me on Instagram, and I can send it over. If you're interested in getting coaching, getting a tailored plan, meal plans, workout plans, everything like that, so you fast track your progress, and you start making results, start dropping 20, 30 pounds in 6 months or less, apply for coaching. First link in my application. If you're serious, you're on a cut and you're on 1,800 calories. Okay, perfect. Jared, do you have Instagram, by the way? Because what I can do is I can send you this nutrition guide, because it sounds like you got a good amount of calories. I mean, it depends on your weight and height, but you need to make sure you're having the right amount of foods and timing when to have those foods and hitting that protein goal. Do you weigh in the mornings? Absolutely, every single morning. Although when I was traveling, I didn't have access to a scale, and that is when I kind of guesstimated, right? Guesstimated, and it worked. One day I crashed out, had some junk food, but then the next day I locked in. So overall, just maintain where I was at, and that's from intuitively eating. But when you intuitively eat to lose weight, that shit is hard as hell. Because when you get hungry, it's very easy to just give in, to your cravings. But if you track calories and you got a plan for yourself, you can thug it out. You can be like, oh no, I'm on a plan right now. I'll have the diet soda. I'll thug it out. I really think it helps lock you in when you have a set amount of calories in your mind that you know that you're going for. What calorie deficit do you recommend? 6'4", 170, and most likely around 20% body fat. Ooh, okay. I would say something relatively high, like 2,700. Starting out like with as many calories as you can. It depends on how many you're eating right now, though. So that's why it's important to first track and then adjust, what you've been eating currently. But yeah, 2,700 would be your maintenance. So somewhere around there. And if you're moving a lot, I bet you could lose weight with 2,700. What the hell? You know, if you stop losing weight, then go down to 2,400, but that should get you pretty good. A lot better now, but could be better. You're saying, or are you saying that the diet is better or could be better? I'm at 2K calories intake now, around 10 to 14 Ks. Okay, perfect. Oh, damn, you're at 2K? That's already super low. I would, ideally, feels easier to cut when you're on higher calories. But if you're trying to go like aggressive with it, thug it out. You know, keep going. Let's see. Bulk calories 62 140. Man, you're gonna need at least 3,200 or 3,000, probably something like that. My diet is significantly better. I'm pretty much eating. Oh, okay, damn. Perfect, bro. Perfect. Then what are you like? What's the goal for you? What are you trying to get to? Because either you keep doing what you're doing if it's working, or you got to make a change if you're stuck. If everything's working on 1,800, keep doing what you're doing. But sometimes you get stuck and you gotta lock in. You gotta find a different thing to change. 510. Zishan, what's your goal? That's where people go wrong. They stay with where they're at. They don't change, and you gotta ask yourself, man, 6 months from now, if you stay stuck, if you stay with where you're at, how would you feel? Versus, how would you feel if you got to that goal where you're literally having shredded abs, you're just feeling and looking your best. You look in the mirror, and you like what you see. You feel like a Greek god. Your life could completely change if you stick with the right plan. So that's why it's super important to lock in. How many calories in 4 scrambled eggs? 70, 70, 140. Oh, that would be 280, right? Yeah, 280. Try to cut to 10 to 12%. Awesome. What are you at right now, Zishan? But like, if you had to say, what is your body fat? What's your weight in body fat? Because this will tell you how long it takes to get there. And if you want this and you want to calculate this for yourself, like DM me on Instagram and I can send it to you. But it's a graph. You guys see it? No, you can't see that. It's a graph, right? So the graph, you put in your weight and height, and the graph will show the rate of loss. And the rate of loss you want to follow is about 0.5 to 1%. That's like the best rate of loss. That's the cool thing about it. All right, 185. Let's say 15. And you're trying to get to 12. You get to 12, 13 weeks. 13, oh wait, let me show the chat. 13 weeks to get to 15 to 12% body fat. Let's go. How many calories in a dash of olive oil? Probably like 100 or something. So you gotta watch out for that olive oil. But olive oil is really good healthy fats. So they have Zishan, what are you doing right now currently to get leaner? Are you cutting right now? Are you in a calorie deficit? Does it cost anything? No, this is completely free. Jared, shoot me a DM on Instagram and I can send it to you. Oh damn. That sounds lit. Bro, I was literally just in Sacramento yesterday. I was in the airport of Sacramento. I tried to take a flight. What's up, Bryce? Yeah, I had to take a flight, two-way flight. But we back now. San Diego was pretty lit. I'm not gonna lie. San Diego is pretty cool. Sunset Cliffs, best spot. There's a lot of good Mexican food there. But I've not been to Sacramento. I would like to go to LA again too. LA is super sick. Start the lean bulk. Let's go. Yeah, you're looking shredded. Brock, how many calories are you at right now? Cause like it's impressive how lean you are. If you're still on low calories, that's insane. But I went from 220 to 185, but it took me about a year. A bit too slow. Doing cardio weight training, perfect. Holy shit. That's why you're so lean. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, you could probably if you keep going like, slow with it, if you keep slowly increasing your calories, you could probably stay at the same spot. You could probably still stay pretty lean with more food. Bryce, what are you doing? Are you still on like 3,400 calories? Something crazy like that? Cuz you're lean bulking, right? That's what you could probably work up to if you go really insane. Like if you take your time with it. 3,400 calories on lean bulk. Crazy. You're at 178 goals, 185, 190 lean. Damn. Yeah, that's where I'm trying to be. I'm at like 188. I'm not very lean right now. I'd say probably like 16, 17%. So I want to be like 12, 10%, 185. I think Alex Eubank, right? Alex Eubank is 10% body fat at, or he's probably less, but he's on steroids and shit. But whatever. 185, 10% body fat. Pretty freaking crazy. But yeah, yeah, if any of you guys want more help with this, like completely transforming your physique, 5'8". I thought he is a little shorter, but I think he's more like 5'10" or something like that. Hey, he's winning though. He's winning, but he had to hop on the Reddit True Chat. The way to go is just stay naturally. That will be more impressive. But yeah, if any of you guys want this guide right here, or nutrition guide, or you want to absolutely lock in, get shredded in 90 to 60 days, lose 20, 30 pounds, apply for coaching first link in my application, or hit me up, send me a DM on Instagram. He should have, but he just felt terrible. He probably just felt terrible on low calories. So I kind of understand, and he had low testosterone, so I kind of understand. But still, he could have tried to like boost his testosterone naturally from like doing, from like you just actually bulking. He never bulked. That's the thing. That's probably what would help him the most. Probably just more carbs but then he would gain weight. Brock, do you feel like ass on the cut or do you feel good? Because certain times, like when I was on 1,300 calories, so I felt like ass. When I was on 1,300 calories, I was cooked. But if you're feeling good at like 1,800 to 220, 2,200, then that'll be super nice. Yeah, 1,300. 1,300 calories for like a week or two. For like a week or two, I was cooked. But that was only for the bodybuilding competition. Yeah, if you want to do a normal cut, don't do that. Some days you feel tired, but most of the time you're used to it. Yeah. Damn, that's insane. Can you share that Excel? Absolutely. Yeah, Lego. Hit me up on Instagram and I can send it to you. Just DM me. How much did I drop? I dropped 30 pounds. It was right here in this transformation. Feels a lot better though to maintain. Feels a lot better to get huge. I won't lie. 2 weeks? No. This was 5 months. But I was doing like 3,200. Kind of send a message on TikTok. Yeah, you can, but I might not be able to. Send me your number if you can on like TikTok or send me something on TikTok. The thing is, I don't think I can send like pictures on TikTok, but you can try that. That could work. Yeah, if you send me DM, I'll check it out right after this. 30 pounds in 3 months. Yep. Jared, you got it, bro. Jared, Jared, I'm gonna help you lock in too. DM me on Instagram, Jared. I'll send you over the guide. I'll send you over. I'll see if I can help. But appreciate the support, boys. Ending it right here. Also live on YouTube. Also dropping more sauce, right? Because that's where all the information is. It's always on YouTube. Don't like you'll learn more on YouTube. That's what I'm trying to say. But appreciate the support. We're ending it here. Let's go. Peace.